It's Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. The mayor of Glendora is joining us. She is Karen Davis. You know I love your city, a beautiful scenery with the foothills in the distance, but the foothills burned about a year and a half ago. And we have heard that we may have a Godzilla El Nino, and that causes a concern for mudslides. You brought your umbrella, let it be.
Yes, that's right. We're hoping for rain.
Right, but talk to us about what we've learned as the risk of mudslides.
Well, because it's been so hot and so dry, we have that double-edged sword of the drought.
Right.
And so that has not allowed any of the ground cover to grow again and to try to hold all of that mud into place. So now if we get the rain that we're desperately hoping and praying for, it also means that that topsoil is very loose and it will go with gravity and go down the hill.
And Glendora is at specific risk because of the Colby fire.
Correct, and because the lack of vegetation that's replaced that.
And so talk to us about the plans for the future. You had mentioned to me that in the 60s there was a major mudslide.
Right.
So talk to us about what you're doing to avoid a repeat of history.
We have K-rails in place.
What does that mean?
K-rails, those are those lovely concrete barriers that most people identify with freeways.
I see.
And they get the name because if you look at how they're inverted, it looks like a K.
Okay.
And so,
oh, yes, I see
yes.
it. Uh-huh.
And so we have those placed in the areas that are most vulnerable.
Already?
Already.
Right.
Yes, right after the fire we did that because we had a little bit of rain this last year that just teased us.
Right. And you remember in July, we had some rains, which was very welcome. But what I learned is, in some ways, that blessing of rain was a curse because we got a little growth, but then it dried out.
Right.
And so we have more dry soil, dry former grass.
And that little bit of rain fools people in two ways. One, there were those that thought, oh, we had this little bit of rain and there was no problem, so we're good.
Right.
We're not thinking about Godzilla El Nino that brings lots of rain in a short amount of time. But also the other factor is some people thought when that little bit of rain, oh, the drought's over, I can go water my yard now.
I read that even if we have a Godzilla El Nino, we would not make up for the water loss of the last 4 years. We would need, I think, like 3.5 times the amount of normal rain, and Godzilla maybe will bring us 1.9 times the amount of rain.
We probably need at least minimally, just to get out of the deficit, 2 years of El Nino. Then we'd be just on a level playing field. So to have any beyond that.
Sure. So more, what are you doing? You have the K-rails. I learned a new word today.
And we also, the LA County Flood Control District has been great, and their Public Works Department coming out, cleaning out the debris basins. After those 1960 floods, they came in and built some additional debris basins, and so they've been cleaning those out on a regular basis. To the chagrin sometimes of people that live around there, having the big trucks go back and forth. But cleaning those basins out will be a great advantage.
And how is Glendora doing as it relates to water conservation? Glendora was given the highest water conservation standard, 36%.
Yes.
Not surprising, a fairly well-heeled community, nice-sized lots. How have you been doing?
We've been doing well. Today, ironically, is the day that the governor was going to release the latest update. So I haven't heard those numbers yet.
What about for the first month? Are you aware?
Yes, we were within that range.
Well, congratulations. That's quite remarkable.
We were pretty close.
How? What have your residents been doing right?
Well, we've had both the large users, schools, businesses, as well as local residents doing everything that they can, and that's helpful. You know, people have been very ingenious from putting little plastic cups, as I saw one senior citizen do over her sprinklers to make them now drip irrigation.
I love it.
To people taking out their lawns, putting in drought-tolerant plants.
Her name is Karen Davis. She is the mayor of the beautiful city of Glendora, California. I'm Brad Pomerance, and this is Time Warner Cable's local edition.